Okay, let us continue with the step 6, 7, 8, and 9. So for step number 6, we have occupancy subclass or special use conditions. And we're going to delve into the details of our application, and inside the occupancy chapter where our application belongs, we have additional important sections or paragraphs that would lead to subclass or special usage that gives us additional requirement to comply with. For example, from chapter 12 to chapter 42, that is actually our occupancy chapters here, chapter 12 to 42. But for example, chapter 12 to 15, those are general occupancy requirement. They are still occupancy requirement, but they are general nature compared to 16-17, which specifically requires for daycare, and 18-19 for healthcare occupancy. Take note, these two may not be the same, but they are common in such a way that those occupants are having difficulty moving on their own. They are movement challenged. They need help to move around. So in times of emergency, like fire, they need somebody to help them, assist them to get to the safety. And 22-23, detention and correctional facilities, not necessarily difficulty in movement. They are maybe strong and very willing to go out of their way to survive, but we must control them because they are not prima. They should escape in order to get their safety, but not escape for their freedom. They are not free persons. They are prison, detention, and correctional. So still, we would like to get them to safety, but not for their freedom. The commonality here is there have to be some management that would assist them in order to point to the area where they could be placed in control condition. So therefore, we have to have an area where this type of occupiers could be safe in a part of the building wherein the building itself is burning. There are sections of the building that are designated for this purpose temporarily after while waiting for somebody else to, for example, for detention. We wait for the patrol cars to collect them. For daycare, we need buses to get there to safety. For for the healthcare, we need ambulance. So while waiting for those provisions, also we need to get them into an area for which they are safe. Hotels and dormitories, areas of occupancy, we expect majority of the time are not inside the rooms during daytime, and they will go back to this occupancy during nighttime. While residential board and care, maybe 20%, we can expect. Many of them, we can think 50-50 occupants. 36, 37, we have one mercantile occupancies, which are businesses. We can expect many of them to be there at night. There are specific persons assigned on night patrol, for example, guards, security guards, pets, okay? And chapter 40, industrial occupancies. So those are some examples of chapters with special provision, special sub-classification details. And next step is to proceed through the applicable occupancy chapter again to verify compliance. So after we have what applicable occupancy chapter to the special accountant, go again to the occupancy chapter and verify compliance with its reference section. Section and subsection. Subsection, paragraph, subparagraph, and reference. Okay. So we will chapter, section, paragraph. There are subsection, paragraph, and reference codes, standards, other documents must be checked to verify compliance. So it's an every you have a list, some listing, and then this listing could be compared. We compared later. We are not just verifying each and every provision right now on step 7, because on number 8, wherever 2 or more requirements apply, so there are 2 or more requirements for each and every section or area, specific area or specific room. Refer to the occupancy chapter, which generally takes precedence over the base chapters 1 to 4 and chapter 6 to 11. Okay, so occupancy chapter will be referred back to base chapters, but those provisions, they are conflicting, not such a way that they conflict each other. There are requirements that have another magnitude of requirement of the other section. And then you have to to compare, okay? To compare. Because of that, the occupancy chapter is the priority. Okay, use the occupancy chapter if there are 2 provision from chapter 12 to 42 versus chapter 1 to 4 and 6 to 11. So, chapter 12 to 42 weeks. And wherever 2 or more occupancy chapters apply, meaning if our area is combination or mixed application, mixed occupancy, combination occupancy, separated occupancy, and so on, we have to apply the most restrictive requirements, such as in a mixed occupancy. Paragraph 14 of section 1, chapter 6. So this apply most restrictive rather than the more general one. Mainly, if there are 3 provisions in the code that states your area needs to comply with 2 sprinkler, another provision needs to comply with 3 sprinkler, another provision needs to comply with 3 sprinkler, and additional exit route. So this is the most restrictive. So you have to satisfy this one, and doing so, we already satisfy all of them. Do not choose this one, and do not choose the least restricted, and do not choose the average. Use the most restrictive one. And because of this, I gave acronym for all of this for the 9-step procedure in finding the code requirement for our own application. We have this code acronym. So this is sub-specification, special use, DrEYPEI, verification of our requirement, and then this is takes precedence, okay? TP takes precedence, and then this is most restrictive, okay? So this is occupancy classification. We have to classify the new existing. This is occupancy load, hazard, contents, and occupancy class. Okay. Occupancy class. Occupancy class. This is our occupancy chapter. Occupancy classification, occupancy chapter. Okay. New, existing, occupancy load, hazard. Occupancy chapter. So after looking at okay, this 9, we can always take into our mind. Okay, occupancy class, of course, that is the first one that we need to know. What is the classification of our application? Is our application new or existing? Then go to that part. Is our how to calculate the occupancy load of our application based on the existency and classification. We can compute. Then for computing, we can proceed to the provision of hazard contents. Then occupancy chapters. We are going now to the occupancy chapter, and after which we have to look for this special use for sub-classification, and then verify our classification, verify our requirements, and then who takes precedence. And there are requirements from the basic, and there are requirements from the occupancy chapters. Who will take precedence? So you have to compare, and then the most restrictive requirement should be satisfied. Okay, so this is the end of our video. Just like, share, and subscribe to support our channel. Please post an ad for minimum sponsorship fee. Please provide, please fund our advocacy of free tutorial and our contact details. Again, this is Dr. DrEYPEI, preaching engineering for nation building.